Hello everyone, welcome back to my class. As you know that I am Haliminisan, Junior Lecturer of Ahmedabad High School and Junior College. In today's class, we will discuss chapter 8, that is from Social Studies. Okay, name is Rampur, a village economy. As today's topic is depend on Rampur and the village economy. So first we will go with the story of Rampur village. This story of a village will take us through the different type of production activities in village and across India. Farming is the main production activity. Exactly. Across India, farming is the main production activity. The other production activities is referred to non-farming activities. Include small manufacturing, transport, shopkeeping, etc. All these things are come under non-farm activities. Okay, whether a farm or a factory can be analyzed using some ideas of essential elements in any production process. That how the production is organized in turn has an important bearing of people's lives. Exactly. The story of Rampur village is based on the detailed case study where the writers went and stayed in a village and closely observed the various aspects of life in the village. The study of the village was followed by the subsequent visits. The writer could therefore note many changes in the village across the time. As we come to read this story and listen this story and come to understand that we can think and inquire about where the phenomena observed for the Rampur is also present in our area. Okay, or is the situation is different, we will see. So in what ways it would be here when we come across occasional references of our own situation or at all India situations. Okay, for this purpose, when we discuss the distribution of land in Rampur, we also examine what was happened to India as a whole. Okay, we find there are strong parallels. This helps to understand that region which will be the various. This could be the compare with our region also. So after this story and imagination, we examine this Rampur village as a whole India. Now we will discuss that the farming in Rampur. Rampur lies in the fertile alluvial plains of the Gangetic basins in the western part of Uttar Pradesh, along with Punjab and Haryana. Western Uttar Pradesh form a contiguous belt of the agriculture prosperous region. Exactly. Well connected with the neighboring villages and cities. Here, the Raiganj is a big village, is 3 km from Rampur, and all the weather roads are connected with the Raiganj to the nearest small town that is named as Jahangirabad at a distance of 12 kilometers away. Okay. Many kinds of transport are visible on this road, starting from the bullock carts, tangas, buggers, wooden cart drawn by the buffaloes and loaded with the jaggery and other commodities to promote land and other natural resources. When we think about the farming and the agriculture and the fertile soil, the first thing in our mind will become that farming or agriculture. Here, to the process of farming and the agriculture, land is very essential. Okay, and the land is the most crucial factor necessary for farm production. Exactly, without land we can't do anything in the process of agriculture and farming. Here the land area under the cultivation is particularly fixed. In Rampur since 1921 there has been no expansion in land under the cultivation, but nearby forest has been cleared and some of the wasteland in the village were converted into cultivable land. There is no further scope to increase the agriculture production by bringing a new land under the cultivation. So by this there is no land that is left idle in Rampur. During the rainy seasons, that is Kharif season, farmers grow jawar and bajra. These are grown as the cattle feed also. It is followed by the cultivation of potato between October and December month. In the winter season, that is Rabi, fields are sown with the wheat exactly, and from the total produce, farmers keep the enough wheat for the family's consumption, and other surplus they are sell to the market at Raiganj. Okay, a part of the land is used for sugarcane production, which is harvested once every year. Here the sugarcane is a raw form or as a jaggery, and it is sold to traders in Jahangirabad, that is near to the town. Okay, growing more than one crop on the same piece of land during the year is known as multiple cropping. Okay, it is the most common way of increasing production from land. Exactly, and it is very profitable also. All farmers in Rampur grow at least two main crops, and many are growing potatoes as a third crop. Farmers in Rampur are able to grow the three different crops in a year due to the well developed irrigation system. Exactly. Here the electricity come earlier to Rampur. It transformed the system of irrigation. Till then the Persian wheels were used by the farmers to draw the water from the wells and irrigate the small areas what they have cultivated. Okay. Here the people saw that the electric run tube wells could irrigate much larger area of land very easily, so that the first few tube wells were installed by the government almost the 50 years ago. Then soon farmers started the setting up their own tube well. As a result, by the mid of 1970s, the whole of the cultivated area of 264 hectares was irrigated. Not all villages in India have such a high level of irrigation. Why? Because they are not having this much of the facilities. That's why. Apart from the riverine plains and the coastal regions in our country are well irrigated. So the plateau regions such as the Deccan Plateau have a low level of irrigation. Even today, a little less than 40% of the total cultivated area in the country is irrigated, and in the remaining acres is largely depend on rainfall only. So while intensive use of natural resources like land and water has led to increase the production and yields, the use of the natural resources has not always been judicious. Exactly. Here the experience show the fertility of land is declining due to the overuse and the excessive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Here the situation of water is equally alarming. Like Rampur, mostly irrigating in India is based on tapping underground water, so that as a result the underground water tables have fallen rapidly across the country. The use of the diesel and the electricity for irrigation rises accordingly. Okay. After the land and the natural resources which are used in the Rampur during the process of farming and agriculture, now we will discuss about the land distribution in Rampur. Just now we have realized how the land is important for farming. Unfortunately, not all the people engaged in agriculture have a sufficient land for cultivation. The population of Rampur is about 2660. There are about 450 families belonging to the different castes. The upper caste family own majority of the land in the village. Exactly. Their houses, some of them have the quite large and made of bricks with the cement plastering. Okay. But here the SCs, that is Dalits, comprise 1/3 of the population and live in more modest houses, may be located in one corner outside the main village area. Getting how the land is distributing in Rampur village. So in Rampur, about 1/3 of the population, that is 150 families, are landless. Most of the landless families are Dalits. There are 60 families of medium and large farmers who cultivate more than 2 hectares of land. Okay, and few of the large farmers have a land extending over a 10 hectares or more than that. About 240 families cultivated small plots of landless, then 2 hectares in size. So the cultivation of such plot doesn't bring the adequate income to the farmer's family. Just have a look on this map of land holdings in a Telangana village, that you can see the different size of plots and the relatively large number of small plots. Okay, after observing this Telangana map, just see and observe these graphs, that type of farmers and the distribution of land cultivated by farmers. After distribution of land, now we will discuss about the organization of production. Just to try this overall the process of production in Rampur, the aim of production is to produce goods and services that people need. Of course, here the producer require a number of items to produce goods or services. These can be classified as the first requirement, the second requirement and the third requirement. In first requirement, land and natural resources are there, and in second requirement, labor is necessary, and in third requirement, capital is very necessary and essential. So now we will discuss in detail all these requirements. Okay, the first requirement is land and other natural resources such as water, forests, minerals. We have already discussed how land and water are used for farming in Rampur village. Each worker is providing the necessary labor for production. Unlike the common usage, forest refers to all the human efforts in the production, not just manual labor. For example, whether is an engineer, manager, accountant, supervisor, machine operator and the sales representative or casual labor, all of them provide a labor for a factory to produce and sell the products. Now the third requirement, and that is capital. The variety of inputs required at a various stage during production. And what are the items that come under the third requirement? Now we will discuss. In third requirement, the tools, machines and buildings and raw materials and money required. After third requirement, in fourth requirement is technology and enterprises. Okay. Here tools and machines range from very simple tools such as the farmer's plough to sophisticated machines such as generators, turbines, computer automated machines, etc. are come under the sophisticated machines. They are not used up or consumed immediately in the production process. So they help to produce these goods over many years. They require some repair and maintenance so that they remain useful and can be used for after year. Okay, these are called fixed capital or physical capital. All machines have to replace due to many years of use by new and offer better than tools and machines. Exactly. In raw materials and money required, the various raw materials such as the yarn used by the weaver and the clay used by the potter are used in the production. Exactly. Okay. Some money is also required to buy other necessary materials for production and make a payment for completing the production. Okay. It takes time to complete the production. Exactly. And then all these goods and services in market. Only then does money flow back into the production process. These requirements of raw materials and money is therefore called as working capital. This is the different from physical capital because unlike the tools and machines or buildings, these are used up in the production cycle. After the third requirement, now we will discuss about the fourth requirement. In fourth requirement, technology and enterprises are very essential and these two are related to the fourth requirement. Okay, fourth requirement is technology and enterprises. To be able to use land, labor and physical capital in a meaningful way to produce some goods or services. Knowledge of the process of production and confidence is essential. Here, the owners of the physical capital or the managers hired by them to provide these knowledge. The owners also have to take the risk of the market Exactly. That is whether the good or services produced would find sufficient to the buyers. In our society, most of the goods and services are produced for sale in the market, but the entrepreneur who produce the market to have a plan, organized and manage. Without all these things, the business cannot run smoothly. So, these entrepreneurs could be farmers, shopkeepers, small scale manufacturers, or the other service providers such as doctors, lawyers, etc., or large companies also. Their goods and services are brought by peoples. They may earn a profit or could suffer a loss. It's all depend on goods and services or the production. Okay, every production is organized by people, exactly, or entrepreneur, combining the element of land, labor and capital. They are known as factors of production. Here, after the factors of production, all these elements and the production of the goods and services, now we will see the farm and the labor of the Rampur. Here the topic is labor for the farm. By this we have completed our class. Thank you.